Hey everybody, it's Rachel here. So today we are going to work on headstand. I was getting a couple questions about it. So the biggest thing with headstand, it's basically core strength and also the strength of your shoulders, and this protects your neck, it protects your head. But then once you find the balance, you find the stability using your whole body, even down to your toes. Then you can start doing movements such as this, moving the body around in space, really knowing where everything is so that you can really have fun with your practice and it can become a meditative exploration of yourself. So first we're going to start with the head placement. So you put your fingers, put your thumbs in your ears, bring the middle finger to the top of the head. So that's the crown of your head. That is what is going to go directly on the earth. The other thing I want to focus on is your shoulders. So shrug your shoulders up, feel that compression, and then using your lat muscles and your shoulder strength, pull the shoulders down your back. What this does is it keeps space between your neck, keeping the neck long and strong, and it really just makes the shoulders and the arms work in the headstand to protect your spine and your neck. So interlace your fingers for whatever is comfortable. Tuck the bottom pinky under so that you're not going to be putting all the weight on that bottom pinky. And now for your elbow placement, wrap your hands around your arms. That's the elbows want to be directly under your shoulders, so that's a good way to check. Now wrap your fingers and bring that crown of the head where you measured out earlier to the earth. Begin to draw in the lower belly, draw the shoulders away from the ears, using that strength just like we were standing up. Now straighten your legs and begin to walk your feet towards your hips. So this can be enough for some people. You just want to stay and work the strength here to bring the hips up. If you feel like that is even a little bit too difficult and you can't get the hips over the shoulders, use blocks. So you can kind of stack the blocks up, making it a little bit higher, and then come back, do your measurement with your arms, interlace your fingers, bringing your crown down, drawing in your belly, begin to straighten the legs, and then you can kind of just walk the toes up onto the block. Even engaging your quadriceps here, engaging the hamstrings. This is a good way to feel your hips over your shoulders. Now maybe tuck in one foot, maybe tuck in the other. Just feel the difference there. Lower your knees down and then take a little rest in child's pose. Child's pose is the counter pose for headstand. So coming back, finding your placement, we're going to come through this again, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, walk your toes towards your body. Begin to hug in one knee. Maybe begin to find the balance with both knees. So hold here for a second, really drawing the thighs in towards the belly, squeezing the big toes together, and then maybe you can begin to extend up. So really use the strength of the core to draw in the belly. So you can't see my heels, but they're directly over my hips. And when your core is not as engaged, you can begin to find a little bit of a banana in the lower back. So we don't want to do this. We want to really still draw in the core, keeping everything nice and tight. And you come out the same way that you went in. So still drawing the shoulders up away from the ears, bend the knees, drawing in the belly. You hug the knees slowly to the chest, spreading the toes wide, lower one down, then the other, and then take a child's pose. Taking a couple deep breaths, filling up the belly with air. And now we're going to practice a tripod headstand. So tripod, the hands are directly underneath the shoulders to come into it. The forehead or the crown of the head is going to go about a foot in front of the hands, right in the middle. So notice that the elbows are splaying out. Hug them in. We want the wrists to be directly under the elbows, so like we're doing chaturanga with the arms. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, draw in the belly, tuck the toes, lift the hips. So this is the same action here, walking the toes back, so that the hips can begin to stack over the shoulders. Maybe you'll bend one knee, bring it onto the tricep, maybe moving the other leg, and you can just stay here, just working, seeing how that feels in the body. Using the strength of the core, maybe you can lift up one leg. Spread your toes wide. Bring energy all the way from the tippy toes up to the core. This is going to make the legs feel light, and like your core is where all the movement is coming from. So come out the same way you went in, so lowering down slowly, drawing in the core, bringing the toes back to the earth, lower the knees, take a child's pose. Child's pose is really important because it allows us to digest and really integrate everything that we just did. Noticing how our shoulders feel, how our back feels. It just allows us to fully release and kind of calibrate what just happened in the body. So we're going to kind of play a little bit. When you feel stability and you feel like you can hold a headstand for about a good measurement is about 25 breaths, nice and straight. Then maybe you can start to play around with your headstand practice. So however you'd like to get into a headstand, remembering draw the shoulders up away from the ears, drawing in the belly, maybe opening the legs out to the side. So when you begin to move the legs, they're not in a straight line. You still really want to draw in the belly, because you can still kind of dump into the lower back. So you see the adjustment I just made. I drew my core in, so now my lower back is protected and my spine is still nice and straight. And what the ability that you get from moving the legs around, it just allows you to understand where your body is in space. So the more and more control that you get, the more you can play around with your headstand practice and really find strength and stability in the body and have it be a very enjoyable thing. So when you're done, lower back down and always remember to take your child's pose. Always remember to breathe deeply, breathing deeply throughout the entire practice, thanking your body, thanking yourself, and thank you so much for watching this headstand video today.